it was really supposed to be more about the fans, which was the original idea, which was to kind of turn the camera away from the band and kind of focus on their fans, which I really, Larry, who's the band's manager who ends up in the film, had kind of brought me that idea. And I love that angle of it because it was just a unique approach to, kind of the kind of same old rock doc.
The theme of the movie was supposed to be how the power of music, of our underground community and stuff. And my band was just the vehicle to illustrate that. I mean, nobody ever knows how they're going to react until they're in a situation, Everybody says that to me. I wouldn't have gone back. You're crazy, and that may be true. But for me, it wasn't. I mean, of course, I had thoughts of like, I could just stay here because the American government was not going to extradite me. They refused to cooperate with the Czechs in the initial investigation, and neglected to let me know that there had been one. But for me, it was, of course, those thoughts crossed my mind, but I wouldn't have been able to look at myself in the mirror. I'm not that good at lying to myself. I just can't. And even if I do, there's a law of cause and effect. Sooner or later, it would have come back to me. And to my knowledge, and I believe this still to be true, I was the only one who held, and not a very clear one from my perspective, who held any sort of answer for those parents. They lost their kid. They're going to deal with that the rest of their life. And if I can help give them some sort of closure, that's the least I can do. It was also a bit of self-preservation there because, it's no secret that I'm a rampaging alcoholic, but I haven't had a drink in a while. It addresses that in the movie. And for me, I think if I had not done, as a sober person, over 3 years now, if I had not done the right thing, I would have been running from my problems. And I hid from my problems in a bottle for so long. If I had come out and continued to hide from that because I was afraid of repercussions, I think I would have started drinking again and from there eventually died. They wouldn't let him in.
They wouldn't let me in.
I would have loved if he had come in. I would have been like,
there.
take me out, take me.
I tried to get in there, but they were like one visitor a day, and I certainly wasn't going to take.
They were allowed one visitor a month. No, once every
week.
Once every 2 weeks.
Yeah, and I wasn't going to take that away from
once
his wife and lawyer that needed to talk.
Yeah, I would have been pretty perturbed if you had showed up instead of my wife. Oh, Don, where's Cindy?
She's outside. She says hi.
I would not go with my band to play a show in the Czech Republic because if we were to go back there and play, it would be huge news there. And the family of this young man, they've seen my face enough, and they've seen, I want them to heal. So it would be all over the media there, and there'd be paparazzi, and they'd be like, oh, what does that dude do, So, unless it was a benefit and it was organized with the family or something, or they were for some reason down with it, which just letting them heal, it's nothing against the Czech fans. They've come to our shows since then in Europe and in surrounding countries, but I don't want to bring any more pain to them than, we already have with this whole ordeal. But as far as going back to Prague, when I will, because it's, I fell in love with the city, even in the midst of the trial. There's something about it.
I'm working with another filmmaker on a Kurt Vonnegut documentary.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I'll talk to you about that later.
Right.
And I have a bunch of other things in development, but that's something I'm really excited about. I'm a huge Kurt Vonnegut fan, and this filmmaker, Bob Whitey, was working on a film with Kurt for the past 30-something years. And within that, he became best friends with Kurt. And he could no longer be kind of the objective documentarian. He kind of became part of the story, so he wanted his story to be a part of the film, and that's why he asked me to kind of come in and bring his story into it.
I'm just finishing my book, Dark Days, and that, that'll go into editing and stuff. I'm trying to just relax for a minute, man. You know, actually doing a piece of music for the Richmond Ballet right now. Yeah, it's a friend of mine is doing, they have a New Works Festival coming out. My buddy Matt is choreographing that. He's a professional ballet dancer. And I'm composing that right now. I'm not a pianist or anything, but I had the ear to write music. You know, I can't play guitar or whatever, but today with the way digital editing and stuff is, you know, you can compose little tiny bits at a time, you know. So it's a lot of fun, and you know, I think I'm gonna get my buddy Alex Skolnick from Testament to lay a little atmospheric guitar tracks on that, and we'll be in the ballet world.